Well, that one was kind of fucked up. This is last one was episode 5. This is episode 6, Scared Tripless. This was the Halloween special. Interesting concept, and then like it got so, aside from just being so friggin' insane, I mean, like, it just, I was kind of floored by this one. I mean, let me go over what happened in it. So, basic plotline. It's almost Halloween, and Dub always likes to play a joke on, plays a gag on Trip every year, in which he does something really nasty in order to scare him. And he's done it ever since he was like a year old, because when he was a year old and he was in his crib, he terrified him with a Halloween mask and got him to pee himself. Literally scared the pee out of him. So yeah, and this gets disturbing, and it gets it just sorry for the noise. So he's always like, he's living in fear always around this time. And then the jokes with Hudson in this episode, they're deadly. They fall flat. Like, for example, he runs to go, like, Trip loses his shoe at one point in the episode. He runs to go get his shoe. He brings back a woman's red high heel. And then the woman comes in, following him right after, grabs the shoe back, pushes him on the couch, and leaves. I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it. And I think about the, oh yeah, and then we have that gag where, like, the woman comes into the place asking if the place is a pet store, and they tell her no, and they turn her right out. What was that even supposed to accomplish? What was that? Was that supposed to be funny? Really? Not funny. And yeah, so they're disturbed about the kids. The rest of the kids, Babe, Kenzie, and Hudson, they're, at least Babe and Kenzie, they're disturbed about it. And also the gyrating chairs gag, that goes nowhere either. Every gag in this episode, every gag in any episode of this show goes nowhere. So, and so they eat at a place, and then, like, they eat at a place. Trip gets the chili. And it's not even Halloween yet. And then there's this, like, big, like, scare in which, like, everybody freaks out because they're told not to eat the chili because it'll make them very, very sick. And not to drink the water either, because that also could make them very, very sick. And then, like, who had the chili? And then, like, he's freaking out, I had the chili! I had the chili! I had the chili! And then all the customers, they're obviously in on the gag that Dub set up for him. And they go, gotcha! Gotcha! And he comes out and he makes a big deal over it. But I never saw her again. Gloating and saying that, like, this is just the appetizer. Because, like I said, it's not even Halloween yet. So he tells Babe and Kenzie he wants them in on his latest Halloween gag. But they vehemently refuse at first. But then he tells them, the same, it'll come to you too. If you don't help me out. And so they agree to help him out. But then they go straight to Trip right after, and they tell him, we know what he's going to do, and we're going to tell you so that we can get him. And and that's Steve Lincoln gag. That is, what the fuck? I mean, Steve Lincoln, brother of Abraham Lincoln, and then, like, there's no brother of Abraham Lincoln. Oh, was he his husband? Kids are supposed to find that funny. Come on, there's pandering to kids. Like, yeah, I know shows like Thundermans and Haunted Hathaways. They weren't meant for me, but I find entertaining moments out of them because they have a logic and kind of a realism in themselves. This has nothing. This has fucking nothing.
Honestly, that
I
fucking love that.
I'm not getting it. I've said that many times now, but just really, and like I said, I know it wasn't meant for me, but there's making a kids show, and then there's just not giving a fucking shit. This is not giving a fucking shit. This is not giving a fucking shit. So, yeah, the pepperoni toothpaste, that's her Kenzie Joseph is a pepperoni toothpaste. That's cute. And then bottom of the bakery, that joke right there about Hudson, because she's a basket of dirty laundry, babe is a basket of dirty laundry. He puts his dirty gym clothes. Yeah, when I laughed most of the time in this episode, I was laughing just because of how unfunny it was. Because, like, that's how it played to me. And so, like, they find out that it's going to be,
Zach, come make the ball.
we gotta
Am I in the video?
You are.
Sweet. I've always wanted to be famous and shit.
Alright,
Alright, I'll leave it the fuck alone.
Am I in the video?
and, so, yeah, I probably didn't choose the best place to record this. Anyways, too late now. Just gotta go with it. And also, they have this bit about, like, Trip hides in the couch, and Hudson sits on the couch, and he ends up sitting on his face.
I feel like that's also a lot. Yeah, Zach, you're doing too.
So, they find out that he's gonna put a fake... Dub intends to put a fake snake in Trip's backpack in order to scare him. So what they decide to do is, they decide to use this... They decide to have Babe dress up as this horror character who freaks Dub the fuck out. And...
I literally just dried you.
To make it,
Yeah, I'm done.
to make him...
What's the sense of taking one shot?
And to scare him like that. So, and so they do that, except the one factor they don't determine is the snake that Dub gets is not a fake snake. It's a real snake. And the snake ends up biting him in the neck. And then they get to the hospital. The doctor tells them that because of the bite, the snake is highly poisonous. There's nothing more they can do. From that moment on, I figured out exactly where this episode was going. If you saw Ted 2, fucking Ted 2, you knew exactly where it was going when they said he's not gonna make it. He's gonna spring up and tell them, I got ya! I made you think I died! You can get away with something like that in Ted 2 because it's Seth MacFarlane. It's a rated R movie. It's not for kids. This is disturbing for kids. This is not... This is not the kind of thing you should show your children. It's like many of the things on new SpongeBob, like in an episode of One Course Meal. An episode like One Course Meal, or The Splinter, or the fucking face in Whatever Happened to SpongeBob, or Who Bought What Pants, or the plotline of episodes. Those, or the plotline of an episode like Demolition Doofus. That's not for kids, and it's certainly not as hell for the older fans who used to love SpongeBob. So, and yeah, Dub acts like a complete and total asshole in this episode. I mean, like, Cal Mitchell, yes, he's entertaining, but at the same time, he's still, the character is being such an asshole. He's not likable. And I will say that Benjamin Flores, he does a good impression of Cal Mitchell. He does a really good impression of Cal Mitchell. You can believe him as his son. And why the hell Trip's mother would agree to let him scare him as a 1-year-old, I have no freaking idea. There is sort of redeeming value in which the doctor who was in on the gag says, even though you built up an immunity to the poison, you still need a shot in order to counteract the poison. They end up forcing him onto the bed and restraining him, and they have to inject it into his ass, pretty much. So that's kind of funny, but at the same time, like, it's just much like Demolition Doofus. That episode involves Mrs. Puff trying to kill SpongeBob. Who is that for? Who is this for? That is what I'm saying. Do not come back over here.
Oh, God, yeah. Alright, Vince.
Alright, so...
I just want to be famous.
Yeah, so, alright, fine. Just to say hi quickly. Yeah, so like I said, I'm just wrapping it up. I mean, like,
Honestly, if I
I'm not even sure if this is, like,
Huh?
in terms of best episode of the show, I think it's still Dirty Blob, because Dirty Blob actually seemed the most normal of any of these episodes. I'm halfway through the episodes that have aired right now, and I'm just,
You have like
I'm,
I have floor liners, but I don't have a seat cover.
I'm,
yeah, that's
I want to quit right now. I could. I do want to quit right now, and but at the same time, I want to move forward and see what happens. Although, like, I mean, with Sam and Cat, I was in it for the long haul, unfortunately. And Sam and Cat actually did give us a few episodes of redeeming quality. A few. 3 or 4 out of 36, I believe. 32 of which were shit beyond fucking shit.
For 8th graders, yeah.
So
It's literally for 8th graders.
that's pretty much my thoughts on Scared Tripless. I'll
8th graders, huh? It really is. Is that worth
wow, this video didn't turn out as long as I thought it would. I'll see you guys in the next one. Catch you on the flip side.